Hey guys, what's up? Javid from Forged Factions here, and today we are back with a brand new in-depth tutorial. So today we're going to be talking about the custom enchant system, artifacts, and mythical items. So originally this video was just going to be on custom enchants, but I decided to throw in artifacts and mythical items because A, these are pretty short to explain anyway, so it wouldn't make sense to have their own video, and B, they're pretty much add-ons to our custom enchant system anyway, so it just made sense to have it all in one video. So if you guys already know how to use custom enchants, make sure to skip towards the end of the video so you can learn how to use these too. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into this. So off the bat, the first thing you're going to need is enchantment books. There are 5 types. You have basic, scarce, exotic, ultra, and legendary. Basic are obviously the most common and the worst enchants, and legendary is the rarest, but they are the most powerful. So let's go ahead and let's grab a couple legendary ones, and you can also obtain these through cases, convoy chests. You can obtain them through events and pretty much just progressing through the server, as well as the enchant book merchant at spawn. If you go to spawn and you walk around for more than 30 seconds, you should be able to find them. It shouldn't be too hard. So if I right click, I can see that I have all the options that I showed you guys earlier, and all it costs is some XP. So since I'm in creative, let's just buy some legendary enchantment books. Easy as that. Spread these out a little bit and let's see what we get. So we got Liberation 1, Vampirism 10, Scavenger 5, Companion 8, and Companion 9. Not too bad actually. So if we look on the actual enchant book itself, let's go ahead and throw these ones away. You can see that there's a success chance and a destruction chance. So a lot of people were asking me when the server first launched what exactly these meant and how it worked. So I know it's not the easiest system, but I'm going to go ahead and explain to you how that works now. So the moment you apply your Liberation 1 enchantment book onto your item, the server calculates its success chance. So it has an 86% chance of successfully applying Liberation 1 to your item, and a 14% chance for the server to detect the destruction chance. So if that 14% chance happens, then the server will calculate if your item will be destroyed or not. And since it's only 12, your item will probably not be destroyed, but like I said, if it happens, you have a 12% chance of your item being destroyed. So, you got to make sure that you get a enchantment book with a really low destruction chance. Now, what would happen if, let's say you had both a 1% success chance and a 1% destruction chance? Obviously, it's very unlikely that the item would successfully apply, so it would then calculate the destruction chance. And if it didn't destroy it, then what would happen is your enchant book would get destroyed. So your item doesn't get destroyed, but your enchant book does. I know it's kind of confusing, but I feel like that's the best way to explain it. Maybe I'll write it down in the description below if you guys are still having trouble with it, but all you need to know is high success chance, low destruction chance, and you should be good. So yeah, that is pretty much that. Now you guys are probably wondering, let's say I got a really good enchantment book, but it has a crap success chance and a really high destruction chance. You can actually use 2 items that were just added to the server called Dusts and Alkahests, which I'll show you guys right now. These things right here to increase the success rate and decrease the destroy rate. Now you can find these pretty much the same way you find enchantment books throughout the world, through progressing, cases, convoy chests, all that. However, you cannot buy it in spawn. So yeah, let's go ahead and get some legendary dusts and some legendary alkahests right now, and let's go into game mode and I can show you guys how this works. So this one has a range of 46 to 70. Obviously the higher the rarity of your dust, the better the range will be. So this means that this will decrease the destroy rate by any number between 46 and 70. So that means this should pretty much have a 0 destruction chance. Yeah, boom. And then if we apply our legendary alkahest, we can go like that, and now we have a 100% success chance. So if I get a diamond chestplate right now, I can easily just apply it on there, and boom, I have my Liberation 1 chestplate. Just like that. Super simple. Now, another question that we do get a lot is, can you combine enchant books and can you combine dusts? Well, yes, you can, and it's actually also very simple. All you need to do is find an enchantment table. It can either be one at spawn, one that you craft, one that you find throughout the world. Any enchantment table will do. Go up to it and hold down shift and right click, and it will bring up this combine enchantments menu. So all you have to do is put your 2 books. Now, it's worth noting that you can only combine 2 books if they have the same level and they are the same type of enchant. So we have 2 Disarm 8. If we put that there and put that there, we can get our Disarm 9 enchantment book, just like that. Now if we switch it to Dust and Alkahest, we can put 1 Ultra Dust there, 1 Ultra Dust there, and we can get our Legendary Dust. Super simple. So that is it for combining, and let's go on to the next thing. So we also understand that it can get pretty tedious and pretty time consuming having to use all the XP bottles that you get, because sometimes you can get up to like 512 XP bottles from really high level cases, and obviously it takes an extremely long time to give yourself all of that. So we made a system which allows you to drain almost all of the XP bottles in your inventory fairly quickly. All you have to do is hold down shift, right click, and as you can see, it is just spewing enchants, and all the XP is going directly to me, meaning that if I were to do this in a public space, nobody can stand over me and steal my little XP orbs. This is all mine, and it uses all of it until you don't have any more left. So pretty easy to use. Actually, I do have 1 left, so I might as well just get rid of that. But let's go ahead and go back to these chests. Okay, so on to the next thing. We have scrolls. So there are 4 types of scrolls. We have the Extraction Scroll, Expansion Scroll, Transmog Scroll, and Blood Scroll. So let's go ahead and start with the Extraction Scroll. So just like the lore says, it extracts an enchantment from an item and transforms it into a 100% enchantment book. So if we take this Sharpness 10 Diamond Sword, for example, and actually let's grab all of these so I can show you guys. And let's go ahead and go into game mode survival. All you have to do is double click your extraction scroll, and once you see it's glowing, you bring it over the diamond sword or whatever item you want to extract the enchant from, and just like that, I got my Sharpness 10 100% success chance book. And this is obviously no longer an enchanted diamond sword. So yeah, if we get our Sailor's Claymore, which is just a really good sword, we can see that we have 0 enchant spots left. Now this brings us to our next scroll, the Expansion Scroll. So what this does is it allows your item to have up to a maximum of 10 enchant spots. So if you guys want to take the time to count, you can see that this item currently has 9 enchants to it, which is the vanilla maximum. But if you have, well, not vanilla, but forged our maximum, but if you have an expansion scroll, you can increase this. So let's go ahead and apply the scroll, and in the lore you can now see it says active adjustments, expansion scroll, and enchant spots left 1. So now we can put our Sharpness 10 sword on it just like that, and as you can see, the last enchant on that item is now Sharpness 10. Boom. So on to our next item, our next scroll, we have the Transmog Scroll. So this is really just for people who are OCD. All it does is it sorts out the enchantments of an item in order of rarity. So as you can see, it is pretty jumbled here. We have like a, and like I'll just read it from the top to the bottom. You know, we have a vanilla, basic, ultra, exotic, scarce, basic. So it's not in order by any means, but if we double click our Transmog Scroll and apply it onto our item, you now see that we have our enchants listed from the most powerful being legendary to the weakest being vanilla. So that is pretty much it for the Transmog Scroll. Like I said, it's really just for people who have OCD, but if you spend a lot of time making a really good set of armor, a Transmog Scroll will definitely increase the value. So the Blood Scroll is also pretty self-explanatory. All it does is it prevents an item from being destroyed by a failed enchantment book. So if we go ahead and apply it on there, as you can see, we now have our active adjustments Blood Scroll, and if we apply this a 100% destruction chance enchantment book onto our item, it says in chat, your item was protected by its Blood Scroll, but the Blood Scroll was removed. So we no longer have that active effect, but fortunately we did not lose our diamond sword. So on to the next thing, we have artifacts. So you can obtain artifacts through events, cases, convoy chests, pretty much everything. And all you have to do is you go, or actually, well, let me back up a little bit. To claim artifacts, you'll notice that they look like this, and you can actually wear them. Well, I guess in this case, since I'm op, I can, but you can't like interact with things. For example, you cannot use an item artifact to do that action, blah, 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 blah. So to claim your artifact, all you have to do is type Examiner, or you can find them in the work menu under obviously examiner, and it'll teleport you. And if you right click him, all you do is you put your artifact in between these bars, you click continue, and it costs $500, and it says you have successfully deciphered an item artifact for $500. And just like that, I have my little artifact. And obviously if I put in a legendary artifact, it's going to be a lot better, a lot more enchants. Yeah, it looks pretty good. It actually coincidentally had the same name as my item earlier. So yeah, that is that for artifacts. Alright, so let's move on to the last part. We have mythical items. So I was debating making this video if I was actually going to show you guys what they do, and I know you guys will probably hate me for it, but I decided that I wouldn't be using them. I'm actually going to let you guys find out what exactly they do, and some of these are absolutely insane. I'll give you guys a hint. If you haven't already seen the server's trailer, if you take a look, we do show off the Key of Babylon towards the end, and the effects are just insane. But you can get these only two ways. So number one, you can find mythical items in donation drop parties. So this means once we meet a donation goal and a drop party happens, it gives you a chance at the exclusive mythical items. And you can also find them through an unreleased feature called Globe Destroyers, which we will probably show you guys on the server in a week or two. And by the time maybe a lot of you are seeing this video, these events have already been released and you guys already know what these mythical items do. But yeah, so that is pretty much that. Mythical items are basically extremely powerful items that you can only get via Globe Destroyers and through donation drop parties. So yeah, that is pretty much that, guys. If you guys have any questions or anything was unclear, please leave a comment and we will respond to you as soon as possible, and hopefully you will understand it from there. And if you just have any constructive feedback or anything to say, like I said, leave a comment, make sure to like, subscribe to keep up to date with all of the stuff that we post on this YouTube channel, because we're probably going to be posting a lot of giveaways, a lot of information, and some tutorials for you guys. So yeah, stay tuned. Alright, peace guys.